Oh yeah. Welcome back to the IroncladLion squad leading tutorial series. I'm your host Mufasa. In part 3 of this series we will be talking all about planning and squad. That is organizing your squad members, coordinating plans with the other squad leaders, evaluating the map, preparing defenses, and predicting the enemy. The majority of planning will happen in the staging phase of the game, when squad leaders create their squads, organize their troops based on their objectives, and communicate with the other squad leaders. There should be no confusion within your squad about what the plan for your squad is, or what squad is going to which objectives. Without a plan, there is chaos. But luckily you get several minutes in the staging phase to communicate your intentions. Now let's turn this group of idiots into a well-coordinated squad. The first thing you need to plan is what kits your squad will be taking, as well as what vehicles your squad will use. A general infantry squad, such as in this example, should have 2 medics and at least 1 light anti-tank to combat light vehicles. I have also instructed my entire squad to spawn in, as we will be taking a logistics truck which can fit an entire squad. The vehicles that spawn at your main base are shared among your team, and you need to coordinate with the other squad leaders about who is taking what vehicles. In this example, since nobody is taking our BTRs at main, we'll instruct 2 of our squad members to switch to the crewman kit and claim the vehicle. Vehicles that need a crewman kit to operate require coordination of their crew members, and so should never be one-manned. As a squad leader, you must approve vehicles your squad members attempt to claim. Before we head into the danger zone, let's make sure our squad and team knows what the plan is. We have our well-balanced squad with medics and anti-tank loaded up into a logistics truck with a BTR as our escort. We'll then be attempting a rush to Fortress where we will cut off the enemy. I am also using command chat to confirm that the other squads are headed to the other objectives and we are clear to rush Fortress. Since I will not be driving the logistics truck, I will mark a clear path for our driver to take, so there is absolutely no confusion or wrong turns taken. We now have our squad spawned in, loaded into vehicles, and informed of our plan. Good to go. It is of utmost importance that the squad leaders coordinate their plans before the staging phase ends. In this example, I will be taking my squad up to the northern edge of Sumari to build a fob. But in this lair, there are only 4 technicals our team can use, so notice how I have only 4 members of my squad spawn in, as that is all that can fit in our vehicle. You may also notice that our team has placed many fob markers, cluttering the map. For demonstration purposes, we will now place even more fob markers to see how it affects the team. As the staging phase comes to an end, we are off to complete our objective.
Hey, stop. You're doing this goddamn fob creation.
As we can see, cluttering the map with useless markers has a negative impact on the team. We can also see that a lack of planning has resulted in our team becoming fragmented, with neither Logi going to the southern side of the map.
Oh fuck, we got the only 2 Logis, don't we? Have fun running.
Despite what appears to be complete chaos, if you are in charge of building a fob, such as our squad is in this example, it is imperative that you do so to retain order and get your team on the objectives. A bad start to a game can cripple your team, but does not mean the game is over. Sticking to our squad's plan, we'll slap down a radio and hustle into town to get our hab built. We'll also coordinate with Squad 1 who will get a backup fob built. This way, our team will have 2 fobs to spawn from, giving our team more tactical options. In the meantime, we'll send one of our squad members back to main with our Logi to keep the front line supplied. Once our forward fob is fully built, we'll give the order to push forward towards police station. Looking at the map, we can see our forces have rallied and a solid foundation for our team has been built. Let's look at a very similar example, where our team coordinates and puts together a proper plan. Playing as the US on a different layer of Sumari, we want to set up our team for a balanced approach. I place down a fob creation mark exactly where I'll place my radio, and the squad with the other logistics truck places his marker where he will place his radio. This way our team can cover both the north and the south sides of the map effectively, while Squad 3 takes the forward spawn to take back caps quickly on foot. I'll talk briefly about building fortifications and defenses around fobs, because while important, there are so many variables and it's so map dependent that I'd need to dedicate an entire video just to base building in squad. The main thing you want to remember is fortifications are meant to keep enemies out, not your team in. Walls and barricades should protect your team from incoming fire, but should not impede movement. The barbed wire I'm placing in this example will make enemies have a difficult time entering our compound, but does not block our exit. As long as you build fortifications with this idea in mind, you should have no problem. Be creative with your defenses, as many squad leaders have their own style of building. Like this nice fellow who is placing barrels in the road.
Let's go fortifications, nuts.
Let's talk about predicting the enemy. Oftentimes, based on map layout, the direction the enemy will come from is known beforehand. And in dense areas such as in this example, roads are the main paths vehicles can take. We already have a tow missile set up in the rocks watching the roads into town, and I managed to spot a BTR who took a wrong turn. Letting my squad know that a BTR is on its way, I tell everyone to get out of sight. Since the tow missile does not have enough depression to hit the BTR right below, I instruct it to hold fire until the BTR reaches the attack marker on the road.
That was beautiful.
With preparation and communication, our squad is able to ambush and eliminate the enemy armor. To take your planning to the next level, you need to evaluate the map and layer you are playing on. Above all else, you always need to play the objective, but using the surrounding terrain to your advantage can give your team the edge it needs to win. In Logar Valley, the conflict will often be focused in the center of the map, where the objectives are located. But controlling the hills surrounding the objectives will allow your team to move freely and flank when needed. Isolated objectives, such as fuel storage in this example, make for excellent defensive positions and are more difficult to take, while densely clustered objectives can switch hands easily. Since fuel storage will most likely be heavily guarded, we will coordinate with Squad 3 and work together to take the position. To wrap this video up, there is one final thing you need to understand about planning as a squad leader, and that is your squad is following your plan. Everyone is looking to you for direction, and you need to lead them. Tell people what kits you want them to take, what vehicles they should claim, and where you will be going. Once you cover those basics, you can then lead into more advanced orders. Advanced orders can include where you want people dismounting from their vehicles, how many supplies you want dropped from a logistics truck, and whether your squad is to approach a position with weapons cold or weapons hot. You can even give your squad conditional orders if you expect enemy contact. In this example, I've given the order for my squad to drive through Hanggu and to not stop for any reason, even if they take fire.
I feel like the mine is taking
There are people in the... I don't think I'm gonna die. That was a good job knowing you.
Conditional orders can be extremely helpful, as your squad will be better prepared to respond to situations and are less likely to panic. As a squad leader, you are not the frontline grunt. You are the big baller shot caller. You take that sweet jump. You build that fob on the hill. You take that flank you always wanted to. It's all up to you.
It's up to you.
But do keep in mind that while you may have the perfect plan, things don't always go according to plan.
You guys can go straight up.
No, please no.
This doesn't feel good right now.
You may need to rethink or adapt your plan. As always, I'm your host Mufasa, and I run the IroncladLion channel on Twitch. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.
Put that in the fucking training video.
How not to drive.